Okay, long-awaited return to the channel for the Titan 25T CNC Press Brake from 𝐅𝐈𝐍𝐀𝐋𝐋𝐘 Systems. I've been just not having the bandwidth to finish learning this machine, but I have done some early training today, just sort of on my own, kind of self-taught, just because I don't have my tablet with me, bigger screen. I kind of don't have the patience to kind of read tutorials on my phone. But the machine is completely put together, it's calibrated, and I can do some basic bend programming now. So I have, done some testing, some 14 gauge and 1/8 inch testing. One of the first lessons I've learned is when you go in to create a bend, first you enter all the tooling that you have. So these are the 85-degree extreme gooseneck punches, and then the 4-way dies, and I have the inch and 3/8 opening facing up. And then you type in your steel and the thickness and the width of the material. So I'm not gonna pull it up now, but basically to do this bend, I just grabbed this. This is some 14 gauge flat bar that's like 1 3/8 wide. And I was like, let's just program a 90-degree bend. Well, that was the first bend it did, and it's not 90 degrees, it's under bent. So you can go in here, angle compensation. If you measure this and figure out by how many degrees it was under bent, you can dial in that correction and then get it right the next time.
That's clever.
So that was the first bend, and it's not 90. And then I dialed in the correction.
Ooh.
And that's the next bend. It's exactly 90. So as we build programs, you can save all these bends and programs and stuff. As we do things, we can save the programs with all that information in it, and it'll be perfect every time. So the next thing I need to do is, this is an 11.5 inch wide piece of 1/8 inch stainless. I need to bend that 90 because that'll bolt into the ground. This is a plaque that's going to be mounted underneath the soccer sculpture. And then 8 3/4 inches up, I need to bend it back at a 45-degree angle. So this will be sitting on the ground like this, bent back, and then the information here will be shown up. But because this is all polished and now laser engraved and everything, I don't want to get it wrong. So what we've done is Spike cut me a little sample piece of stainless, the same width. So I can do the same thing. I can do a 90-degree bend, measure how far it's off, if it is at all, and then dial in the compensation and get it right. So I can practice on this and get it right there.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna go in here, and I already have my punch die materials located, but all the 𝐅𝐈𝐍𝐀𝐋𝐋𝐘 tooling is preloaded into the machine. So you just pick the punch, which is the top part, the die, which is the bottom part, and then the material it is. So I'm gonna go over here and change the material to stainless steel, and then go to create bend, and we'll do a new bend. We'll do 11.5 stainless steel, 11.5 by 0.125 stainless steel, okay? And then we'll change this to stainless, and then I want it to bend 90 degrees. I'm going to remove the under bend value. It's an 1/8 inch, 0.125, and my width is 11.5 inches, so 11.5. So now I'm gonna save this and load bend into program. So now I have a 90-degree bend with all my settings loaded in. So now we can run it. So I'm going to just flush this to the back of the die. Again, I'm not using the back gauge yet just because I'm trying to learn step by step. So I'm just gonna flush it to the back of the die. And then I'm going to come in here and go run program. Sample program, that bend. Yes. All right, so the first thing you do is touch these palm controls, and it'll bring the ram down to right above the material. right there.
Ooh.
And it stops. Okay, so once it gets below that point, I can let go of those. And now I just double tap the foot pedal and it'll run the program. So tap, tap, it comes down and it clamps the piece in place, gives you a 3-second countdown, and then it goes.
Ooh, she's quiet.
Okay, so that should be a 90, but it is not. So what I need to do is measure how far off of 90 it is. It is 100 degrees, so it's exactly 10 degrees under bent. So I'm gonna go in here to edit, I'm gonna go under bent, and I'm gonna put in 10, okay, and then I'm gonna save that, and then go back to run, and now you can see the values right there, 10 degrees under bent. So I wanna run the same program, and this is where that CNC back gauge would help, but I'm not there yet. All right, so I'm gonna run this program again. Run program, yes. It's still down at that level, so I don't have to do the hand control anymore. I just double tap the foot pedal. And it should get a 3-second clamp. I can let go if this thing was not in there or something. So,
Or if somebody bumped it.
yeah, so I go run program again. Yes, double tap. We'll go down to clamp. Now we can check, and it looks a lot better.
Dink.
Perfect. So there is a 90-degree bend. So I've got that, and now I want to try a 45-degree bend. So I go to create bend, same stuff, except changing this to, and now I screwed up before and actually maxed the machine out. You're supposed to put in the included angle. So the angle in the measurement on the inside of the angle. So if you only want to bend something 45 degrees, you actually have to put in 135 degrees, not 45, because the machine will bottom out and you will have problems. So 135 is the opposite, the complementary angle to 45. Hit OK. And I'm going to remove the angle compensation. And I'm going to go up here, call it 45 degrees. Do I have a degree symbol?
Is it on the main page?
No.
Because that would make sense.
It would make sense. I'm just going to use the star, 45 degrees. Okay, 135, same everything. So save that and then load bend into program. Oh, maybe I edited it instead. I went to add bend. So I'll just delete this duplicate. If I add a bend, there we go. I'm still learning.
So am I.
So cancel.
So are we all.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna try, hopefully I have enough of this material to try this. It's only a 45-degree bend, so
I think you got
should
it.
be fine. And I won't have a chance to do this again, but I should know how much I'm off and just dial in correction. So 135-degree bend, same settings, run program, yes. It's already down, so double tap. Okay. You can hear the hydraulic fluid gurgling. It's pretty nice. I mean, look at the cool part that we're able to. It's pretty sweet. So.
And now you could pretty much do that in a few seconds.
Yeah, it's 141 basically, so 6 degrees under bent. So I gotta edit this. It's under bent by 6 degrees. So the only thing is, so I'm gonna duplicate this and then change this to 90, change this to 10, and then come in here, 90, delete that, okay, save. Hopefully I have those, yeah, so now I have a 90 and a 45 loaded. So when I go to my run, I want the 45, and now I can go to add bend, and I want my 90, add bend, and that's it. So now I have this program, and I can name this program
Plaque.
Soccer Plaque. Okay.
So when they inevitably win in 2026.
Yeah, that's right. So 135 degree with a 6 degree underbent compensation, and then a 90 degree with a 10 degree underbent compensation. We should be good. So measure up from the bottom 2 inches. Now this is something, once I calibrate the back gauge, that I could also program into the machine. But I'm learning incrementally. 2 inches in, and then 8.7 inches in. All right, what could possibly go wrong? So the first one I'm gonna do is I think I'd rather do the 90 first, so I think I can just grab this, yeah, and change the order. Save. Again, I don't have that back gauge, but I think we're gonna send it. Double tap, and off to the races.
Yes, sir.
Looks pretty awesome.
That
to me.
looks pretty stellar.
It's a little overbent actually, but not by much. It's okay. Now I think
Moment of truth. Did he do it, ladies and oops, germs.
cool.
That looks fantastic.
You know what it is? Acceptable. No, that's awesome. That is the first thing we have done that is a paying job with the Titan CNC Press Brake, and I'm kind of in love, actually.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And this is hard to bend. 1/8 inch stainless of any thickness is hard. 1/8 inch stainless is very hard. The last time we did this, because I have built this exact part before, we did it with this, which we set up yesterday just in case I didn't get to the Titan. But this is the Swag off-road finger brake that gets mounted in your H-beam press, and it's fine. It works good. It's got a pretty large bend radius on it, and you know your bottom die is literally a piece of angle iron. So, but it is very affordable. And if you have a press like this and you need to bend really thick stuff, the Swag off-road thing is sweet, and you kind of build it yourself, you know. So your results may vary depending on how well you build it.
Well,
That's how I made the last one.
but the precision that this allows you.
Cut to some of that process in the last video. And then we did the next one with this.
Funny how we had, I'm not going to include this, but leaky oil with both.
Yeah. So yeah, that is wonderful, and I love it, and I'm very happy. And then yeah, so this will be mounted to the concrete pad just like that, just like the last one. This is what was won, and this is who won it. And the concrete pad has been poured. It is Friday. We will be installing this Monday, so we'll see you then. But I guess I haven't really talked about finishing. So the base now has been clear coated. It's got 3 coats of a satin clear from Rust-Oleum on it. And of course the ball, you saw how that was done. I haven't even seen yet at this very moment how that was done. Walker did. So I'm very excited to see that.